Tippy time, my damies, Topcat here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back inside the Crucible on a future-proof Solar 3.0 build. This is a bow build for our hunters, so what better exotic to run for our hunters than the Oathkeepers. These exotics have a perk, Adamantine Brace. Bow charges can be held indefinitely, provides moderate benefit to airborne effectiveness stat of all bows. It also gets rid of that little camera shake, which is really good, just makes it easier to get cleaner shots. And on top of which, it doesn't actually state this, but it actually does give a benefit to the knock time as well. For this build, we will be using the Biting Winds. This legendary bow can be attained from Europa from the Varric's quest here, the Dark Priestess. Very easy to farm out. The one I've gone for is Reload Masterwork with Target Adjuster, Elastic String, Fiberglass, Arrow Shaft, Surplus for bonuses to reload stability and handling, but most importantly it has Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler stacks up to 5 times. Every time you get a bow kill it's going to go up 1 stack, but if you get a melee kill it's going to immediately go up to 5, and that's going to give this bow the strength to do 1 taps. So what this build plays on is easy melee kills, easy bow kills. And the easiest melee to get one-shot kills in the game is via the weighted throwing knife. Precision kills are going to be an insta-kill. Now you do have to practice a little bit with this, as there is a bit of a wind-up for it, so just give it a go. After a while you get used to the timing of this, but once you've perfected it, it's really going to make this build really strong. We're using Knocking Down Solar Aspect, whilst Radiant Final Blows with your equipped throwing knife will fully refund the melee energy. You obviously always want to be aiming at the head to get the instant refund, but I found with the hitbox of this, it doesn't mind if you go a little bit left, a little bit right, it'll give you the insta kill, but if you go up or down it won't. Ember Torch's Solar Fragment powered melee attacks against combatants are going to make you and nearby allies radiant. This will refund the knife. We're always using Ember Solace. Radiant and restoration effects applied have an increased duration. So if you practice this and master this, you'll have one of the best abilities in your back pocket at any given time. Now another great feature of this knife is that if we hit a scorched target, it's going to ignite them. To embellish this, we're going to use Ember Char, our Solar Ignition Spread Scorch to affected targets. Ember of Eruption, your Solar Ignitions have increased area of effect. And Ember of Ashes, you apply more Scorch stacks to targets. Because of this fragment, our weighted throw knife does a certain amount of Scorch that we can pretty much use any grenade we want. I generally use Trip Mine. Incendiary Grenade's also good, but even a Firebolt with the weakest Scorch still has enough to do the ignition. Now another great thing about the knife that a lot of people don't realize is that it can actually bounce off target. So if you do practice this, you can get some nice bang shots as well. You don't need the Arthur's Embrace to do this, but you do have to be pretty good at it. You can see we get those big ignitions, which is really great. It's also good when it comes to wells. Get a grenade on there, get a headshot with a knife, and you see there, he just keeps on igniting, and essentially he's just going to burn himself out. And that's a truly good thing about hitting a high health target. Now we're using Gambler's Dodge. This will give us more knives. We want knives for this build, as it is a swashbuckler build. Now the other aspect we are using is On Your Mark. Precision Final Blows grant you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed. This stacks up to 3 times. Or every time we dodge, it's going to push that stack immediately up to 3 times. Now being that this is a bow build, you generally have a slower TTK, so you have to learn to team shot, run with the pack, and you'll get the most utility out of this build. Now that's not to say that you can't 1v1, but you just have to be aware of what gun you're fighting, your positioning, and you'll be able to do it. But it is always safer when you're running a bow build to run with the pack, to team shot. And that's truly where the strength of any bow build lies. For my secondary choice of weapon, I'm using the Punching Out. This is a Saurus Rapid Fire frame. I'm using Counterbalance, Stability Masterwork, Fluted Barrel, High Cowl. Quick Draw is very important when it comes to running a bow. You want something immediately to swap to, but most importantly as well, this is another swashbuckler. So this is a 2-fold swashbuckler build, and with a throwing knife, that's one of the things that makes it so great. Now the punching out has 2 origin traits. I prefer to run the Saurus Synergy. Reloading grants this weapon bonus handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short time, and you will be reloading an awful lot. You will dump your entire mag in the space of a second, so always be prepared for that reload. It happens frequent, but because of that you're going to have that bonus to stability and handling that is really good with this weapon, particularly the stability. I have to say, it's this thing that I always used to feel that it jumped around a bit, and now with this origin trait it's not as bad. But Swashbuckler at the end of the day is one of the reasons I've chosen this sidearm. Other sidearms are great. Sidearm bow combination is very strong, and it's because of this, it's a one-shot bow build. I've chosen to meme out with Leviathan's Breath. It is a one-shot bow kill no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's precision, doesn't matter if it's a body shot. It's also got a knockback effect, and it can drop a super. And after the Galahorn was nerfed, I just wanted to have a bit of fun with something a little bit different. For my super, I'm still using the Blade Barrage. I find that this is still the ultimate super, particularly in control, being that I can get 2 of them, but really it comes down to dealer's choice. For my armor mods, I wanted to make this future proof. I'm using double bow targeting, bow reloader, and a melee kickstart. On my chest piece we're running unflinching bow aim and radiant light, mainly for the plus 20 strength, legs plus 20 mobility with powerful friends, and I'm running double invigoration for the melee cooldown regen. And on my cloak, high energy fire, as there's orbs always lying around, may as well take free stock of that, and double utility kickstart. We compound these all together and we've got a very strong one-shot bow build. Highly recommend, particularly in 6s. Go to Europa, farm it out for yourself. This bow is really good. This build is future proof and a very powerful support build. Anyway my damies, that is the video for today. Thumb it if you liked it. If you're new and you really liked it, please hit that sub. It goes a long way towards growing the channel. Comment down below if you've got any questions or suggestions, and until next time, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.
But above everything, he's the most tip-top, top cat.